So today I'm going to try to make the White Ranger Saba Sword. I've never actually seen Power Rangers, so I did this by looking at pictures, and mine ended up being quite a bit shorter than it should have been, which my brother very passionately told me after I was done making this that it was much too short. So the template that I made, which should be coming up right around here, is longer to match the actual length of what the sword should have been. So let's get started. So start by tracing the template onto a piece of cardboard and cutting it out with a pair of scissors or utility knife. So here's the base piece once it's cut out. Then you cut out 2 additional pieces of the hilt, and you'll glue one on top and one on the bottom of the bigger piece that you cut out, making the handle a little bit thicker than the blade. So then you'll cut out the covering piece. You'll glue one on the top side so it sticks out a little bit, and then you'll glue the second one on the bottom side. So then cut out the little square pieces. And again, one on the top, one on the bottom. And then down on the blade, draw out the little design. And then you want to coat the blade in some watered down school glue, 3 coats, everywhere except for the design. And this will make sure that the paint gives it different textures. So here it is once the glue is dry. The glue is the shiny part. And so then once you paint that silver, it'll give it 2 different textures, where the glue was and where the glue wasn't. And so then on the part where you didn't put the glue in the design, you're going to paint that gunmetal gray. And again, because there was no glue here, it's kind of a bumpy surface. It's not the smooth surface of the rest of the blade. So it gives it a different look and a different texture, just like that. And so then give the entire rest of the sword 3 coats of watered down glue, just like that. And then you're going to paint the rest of the sword white, using kind of an off-white here, so it's not like super bright, but almost a creamy white. And so you'll paint everything except for the sides of the hilt there that are sticking out. So then you'll paint on the gold. So we'll put gold stripe above the raised square, and a gold stripe below the raised square. And then right in the center of the raised part, you'll paint a gold circle. And then once the circle's done, move on to the sides of the hilt and paint both sides gold. And so then take a black marker and make some slightly diagonal lines all the way down to the gold part, and then put some vertical lines in the gold stripe, and then some vertical lines in the circle, vertical lines in the gold stripe below, and horizontal lines on the gold on the sides. And then finish up with some more of those slightly diagonal lines down the white part. And take some gold puffy paint and use that to draw the little design in the center of the gold circle. This will give it a raised surface once it's dry. Then take some gold adhesive foil, lay the bottom of the sword out onto it and trace around it. So the little piece that sticks out there, the covering piece, trace around that. Just do the base trace, and then once you remove the sword, you can finish off. You want to make it a little bit smaller than the actual size of the sword so that it fits on properly. So then just cut that out of the gold foil and stick that on to the bottom of the sword. And do that on both sides, of course. And then take some white puffy paint, and you're going to go right along the edges of that gold piece of foil that you just put on there. Give it a raised surface, and then do a line straight up the center, and a line at the bottom of the gold stripe. Trace around the gold circle with the white puffy paint, and then you'll go along the edges of the raised part, everywhere except for the 2 top corners don't get any paint, but everywhere else does. And then down the center of the top part of the hilt, and across the top gold stripe. So then take some clay and form it into the tiger head. Mine actually looks more like a dog with a samurai helmet, honestly, but hopefully your sculpting skills are better than mine. And so then just give it all of its appropriate shades of paint. Black for the hood, a little bit of red for the eyes, And then all your little gold outlines and stripes along the black hood. Just like that. And so then once your paint is dry, just take a little bit of glue on the bottom of the head and stick that on the top of the sword hilt. The hood should actually be a little longer. Mine was a little short, but that's how mine came out. And then just take 2 gold thumbtacks on each side of the sword and stick them right below the tiger head.
It's morphin' time! White Tiger!
I told you that power coin was defective. You're not even fully transformed.
Yeah, well, you were a lot shorter than I remembered.